As you saw in the last video that I uploaded, the Jackaroo is sold, also the Red Wagon and the car trailer. So I'm down to this car, a bike, and my HSV. Anyway, but this thing's getting there. It's just about done. I've just had like a month's worth of hold-ups, just selling cars, getting things ready on my Saturdays off. So we can finally do a little bit on this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make a front bumper Rio. Like, got the drill press, which has also got, if I cover it up there, you might see it. It's got the laser sight, which is a nice little feature. So I just made a second one of these. This is a piece of alloy, which goes just there. So that's the mount for the number plate back on, and that's the alloy that I'm doing on the bottom piece. So I'm going to do all alloy on the bits that I do on here. It's reinforced now in the corners. Now we're going to do a brace in the center here. So as you can see, I just cut a piece of alloy. When I put it in the vise, I put it in at an angle, so then when I bend it, it bends to the right shape, and it's going to go down to there. So there's our main bracing to keep it strong, and it does. It is actually rather strong now. So she's all firm and everything. The only bits that move are the side bits. The rest of it's good. So as you can see, piece of steel that's in there. I haven't bolted it all the way down, but obviously the bolt lines up. Same with the bolt underneath. And obviously got the same on the other side here. As you can see, pretty nice welds as well. Just with a TIG, with a an arc welder. Anyway, that guy will go obviously on the corresponding side. Pretty much, that's what's that? 40 by 5 mil thick steel. So pretty much where that sits is in line with the headlight. A piece of steel will come straight up here, and then a 45 to back to like here, and that'll give it some strength. So we'll make a little triangle there, which is obviously as strong as it's going to get. So straight up, triangle back. And then as I said, 2 bolts, one will just go there, one will just go there. Painted and mounted. So just did them with a rust-proof black paint, so it shouldn't rust out on me. Here is our front bumper, actually mounted to the car, and it's nice and sturdy. Like that's pretty good for these bars. As I said, the flex in it is because it's rubber, but she ain't gonna fall off, and she ain't gonna droop on me like they normally do. And they still also works a little bit. These bumpers move when you push them, and as you can see, it still slides. So it's still got a little bit of the original kind of movement in it. A few things: I've put new leads on the car, and a new distributor cap and rotor. Just thought I'd finish the ignition off. I'd already done new spark plugs, so that's all that done. Yes, I haven't cleaned the engine though. I finished off the plastic thing for that. As you can see, that's all painted with a satin black and mounted, etc. And the blue K&N's in there. So that's finished off. Other than that, the engine bay's still got a lot of work to do. It's still pretty filthy, and there's a lot of things to replace and change and stuff. Besides that though, if we go over here to inside the car, what I was doing just now is I'm just going to wire up the head unit for the car, which I don't know if I did show you, but if I didn't, it's an Apple CarPlay unit, in the Alpine one, so which is pretty cool. It's actually made in Japan. So we're going to put that in there, and probably just some factory located 4-inch. I'll put some 4-inch speakers in the factory spots. So, alright, so the other thing in here that I wanted to show you is that I now have 2 handbrakes. So I've got the Hydro, and I've got the standard handbrake. So obviously I need a standard handbrake for roadworthy. The Hydro obviously is not roadworthy, but I'm not losing that. So I made up a little bracket just there. Bracket is just, I just cut the factory handbrake mount, drilled a new hole, and then there's a bracket made there that comes from the bolt, from the factory bolt. And same with for the front, there's just a little bracket in the front. So she's real solid. She's, as I said, it's actually mounted to the factory holes, but instead of being mounted to those two, it's actually just mounted to the two on one side. So we've got the head unit wired in. So the mic is in, USB lead, and I've dropped speaker wires out on each side, which will be going up to the factory speakers. I don't actually have any speakers at the moment. I've resprayed the A-pillars because I had a little bit of overspray on them, so I just redid those. And I'm just going to loom up an RCA and remote wire and drop that out the back of this head unit before I screw it in. Just because I am going to be doing a build with subs in it. It's, I don't know, I thought about not doing it, but it's kind of just in my nature to put subs in a car. So, you're probably wondering what subs. And I bought them today. I'm going to do two Rock Fosgate P18s. And that's the P18. It's got a little grill. There's the sub itself. I think it's a 2 or 2.5 inch. I think it's a 2-inch coil. It was a pretty big coil for an 8. Chunky little coil on it. Nice push terminals, etc. Basic, you know, just a little sub. I've had some pretty big subs, so that's nothing compared to what I've had before. But the reason I've went so small, and the reason I wanted these subs, they're only rated at 200 watts, and they're going to be going, the two of them, in the spare tyre well. So pretty much I won't have a spare tyre, I'll have 2 8s. And what I wanted to do was do a lighter weight build. So 2 8s isn't going to be too heavy. And I'm going to do a little tiny 300 watt amp. And a monoblock, which once again, I'm trying to keep it lightweight. Plus the front battery that I've got is only a HC30. Brought my Milwaukee home from work. My new bench. So we're looking a bit better. Anyway, into the car. So, that's my center console. They're my twin handbrakes, hydraulic and WOTC. Now I've taken the handle off the hydraulic, so which is just one bolt. Anyway, what I've got here is some Milky Ways, and besides that, I got the center console. And what I'm going to do is cut the inside out here, so cut the bottom out of the pocket, so that it fits over the hydraulic lines here. And it'll still have a lid on it, but nothing in it. These are daytime running lights. Been a while since I bought anything off eBay, but there's no Aussie suppliers that sell anything like this. So, daytime running light. Obviously, you get the idea. That'll be going underneath the bar that I've got, so down in the front bumper. But the difference with these is, these aren't just the daylight, they're also an indicator as well. So red's on the battery, obviously earth. When I actually wire it, red won't be to the battery, it'll be to ignition. This white wire dims it, so when I turn my parkers on, or probably do it on headlight, just dims it down. So when you put your headlights on at night, they're not as bright, they just dim down. And then the yellow wire here is the indicator. Now obviously your indicator goes flash, you know, tick, 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 tick. So it goes like this.